Hello, friends. Just want to show you how you can easily edit the pages on your Google site chamber website. And just for a quick overview, Google Sites is a free web application for creating websites. You can develop the website by yourself or collaborate with others to create the content of the pages. That's what's really cool about Google Sites is anybody with a Google account that you choose to give access to has the ability to make edits and changes if you want that person to have that access. But right now, since this is a more public site for you guys, we're not going to get deep into that. But I'm going to provide some resources for you along with this short tutorial video to where even if this tutorial video isn't as deep as you want it to be or isn't as deep to answer your question, I'm going to provide a bunch of resources. But what's really good about Google Sites is that it's free and it's easy to create. A lot of it is plug and play, so you don't need to know any kind of web coding. If you've used Google Docs or Microsoft Office or Microsoft Excel or PowerPoint or even Mailchimp, you'll start to notice there's a lot of similarities in those particular programs where a lot of it is what you see is what you get. So you don't have to learn any in-depth code or any rudimentary code at all. It's just more of I want text here. There's the text box. I'm going to slide it right here. So it's a lot of it is drag and drop, and then input what you want to put in there. Um, your site will always be stored on a Google server um, and um, and that's pretty much it. And one of the easiest ways you can find it. So if you're on Google Drive, um, and you're having a hard time finding, like for example, right here, the Whitehall Area Chamber website, the actual website link, you can always go to New, and it'll give you. And if you go to More, it should give you the option of Google Sites, and when you click on that, it takes you to all the sites that you have. So you know what? Let's go ahead and click on that. So the moment that you get into it, it looks just like the website. So you're not seeing any crazy code or anything confusing on the front end. Basically, what you're getting is, your return where you can go back to the site's home, and then the title. It lets you know right here how many, your changes, but also you can open it to see the change history and the many different versions. So if there was a version like, oh my goodness, where was that one image that I lost that was on a certain page? You can go back into the different versions and find that particular piece. So that's a cool little option. So if there is a mess up, you can always go back to a different version. So that's another really great thing about doing this on Google is having that access to version history. And then obviously your undo, your redo, and if you notice, every time I'm hovering over them, they're letting you know what that icon means. So never feel that because you see the icon that, oh my goodness, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing here. If you just hover over it, not even click, it lets you know. This is how you can preview the site, how you can copy the publish link, site link, and share it, how you can share access with others, and your settings. Um, and then More gives you version history. Again, you can make a copy, a lot of the stuff that you really don't need to know, or you can look at your own time. This is the button that you press when after you've made all your changes. This is like your save button, is the publish button. Um, and if you want to make major changes and you want the site to be down so people aren't viewing your changes, you can always choose to unpublish for a moment, and then whenever you're ready to put it back up, you can press publish and publish it back. But then now let's go further. And now these are your tools in term. This is your toolbar in terms of the different types of things that you can insert into your web page. You can insert a text box, insert images, embed like a YouTube video or something to that extent, or embed If you want to grab a document from Google Drive, and these are templates just to get you started on different content blocks. This is exactly how I built this site. I just said, hey, I want picture and text. So when so then I just take it and watch this. Click, drag over, and you see that blue line right there? That's letting you know where it's going to be landing. See that blue line? And so, boom, that's simple. And then it's like, okay, I want this to be come to our next event. Then I can give it's going to be super fun. And then now if I click that, I can either add a video from YouTube, or you can pick an image. You can select it. You can upload an image from your desktop, or you can pick an image directly from your drive. So that's how easy it is just to add to add content, and that's just photo, headline, text. But let me show you something else. So here is like it's gonna be super fun, and then you can put learn more. And now if you just highlight, and you notice again when you hover over it, it lets you know what it does. You can insert a link whatever website you want that to go to, whether it's like a Facebook event invite, or if you want to link to a page that already exists on the site. Again, just like when you see on Google Docs or Microsoft Word, you notice you've seen these toolbars are quite similar. And then if you click on the three dots, you have more. And then so now if we come over here, selection colors. So you do have a color palette for this, and if you notice, this one's blue, this one's red and white. So you can change your color styles just like that. So those are the content blocks, and you have different varieties. So if you so so you have all different types of content blocks. Now, say you're in this content block. Say you're in a content block, but you're like, I changed my mind. I don't want 3 pictures. Well, just delete it. Just like that. And you're like, well, you know what? I need a text box in there because I need to explain. I want to give somebody else. I want to give more. So if you click on a text box, it'll show it right here. But you see how it's showing it, the directions? If you click, hold, and drag, you can move it up here. And of course, you can change whether you want that to be a title, a headline. Um, you can change the color. I want it to be underlined, and I want it to be red. So anything that you have, like here, you can hold it and you can move it. And I wonder if you notice that you see those grid lines? That's letting you know where you can place items and how you can stretch items. For example, say you do want this to be nothing but pictures and a title, but you have one picture that's a little bit longer. You can grab that circle and just move it. So and then again, add your image. You can even add a map, like so for if it's an event, you can add a calendar. So the options are really awesome. So it just makes everything much easier. You can easily edit text just by clicking on it or tapping on it. You can easily, like, say, for example, you're like, we don't want to use this logo anymore. We just changed our logos. Just replace the image. So again, really cool. Now, how am I getting these colors on this text? Right here, you got your theme colors right here. So I will highly suggest that you use your theme colors, because that's going to always give you the right red, the right blue. Okay. And then these are what they call buttons. And that's what this is right here. And what's really cool about buttons is you get to change the different formats for the buttons. You can have it outlined, filled, or text. And it's all based on the theme that's already been created. Um, and then here, put the name and where that link goes to. So buttons, you have a divider if you just want to make clear division lines of content. That's what this is right here. It's a divider. So let's go to, because there's one page I do want to show you that is a very cool feature, especially if it's going to be one of those moments where you're going to have a lot of content, but you don't want this long page of content. They have what they call a collapsible group, and that's what this is right here. This is how I created your chamber member organizations. Where it's just a collapsible group. Now, say there's a point in time where you're really promoting, and people seeing the sheer volume is valuable. You can click off collapsible, and it'll just show up. Okay, I mean that's a brief introduction to the website. Everything is block based, so everything is just blocks of information, and once you click on that block, it allows you to edit immediately. So image is a block. If you want to change that image, you can change it. So again, they have these large icons that let you know what they do. So again, the blue dots is for resizing. You see the 8 little gray dots? That's for moving. So now we're looking at the different elements and mainly the top 2 elements. So let's look at this is the main navigation element, and everything is already set up. Your custom domain is set up. This is a lot of these settings you'll never have to touch, except for the last one, and that is announcement banner. And that's what this is at the top, where it says new membership portal coming soon, powered by Join It. You can add an announcement banner anytime something major is going to happen in the future. You can always, whenever you're done, just shut it off and it disappears. But when you want it, you go back to that navigation setting and then you turn it back on and it's back. And you can always edit this and change it. So that's how you make edits to the page. And in fact, this is that image carousel that I was talking about. So in this image carousel, I have all the different welcome to the chambers, all the different new members. So this is a great place to be able, anytime you have new members, this is where you can put them, and you can also shift them around. So every time you get a new member, this is where you can add that image. Awesome. So that's how you make changes to the site and make edits or make additions. But yes, that is all I have for you. Like, I'm going to leave some great resources for further exploration in your Whitehall, Ohio Chamber Gmail account. And thank you for taking the time. All right, take it easy.